Everybody's favorite David Hogg is blowing up the Democratic Party. It's getting bad. He announced that he's going to be spending $20 million to primary incumbents who have been here just a bit too long. He was called a little twerp by James Carville, and oh boy, it's not going well for this guy. So now it's reported that he's giving $100,000 to the DCCC. That's the Democratic Campaign Committee or whatever, Democratic Campaign Committee something, whatever. They basically help Democrats run for office. And if you defy them, they'll help someone primary you. David Hogg has split the party. He is clueless. He is unpopular. And now Senator Dick Durbin is retiring. He will not seek re-election. This was Hogg's play. And I want to just give a round of applause to David Hogg for doing this. David Hogg said that they're going to be doing $20 million. They're going to be giving $20 million to primary these incumbents. But he was hoping that by telling them, you retire now, that way we don't have to ruin your legacy. It's smart. It's basically like Trump saying self-deport. He's going to the illegal immigrant saying, remove yourself, otherwise we're going to do it. So now Dick Durbin says he's out. That's Illinois. He's out. Thank you, David Hogg. He's ignited a civil war that's going to disrupt the Democrats' ability to win anything. The dude is clueless. He has no idea what's going on in this country. Listen to this clip.
Traveling to El Salvador for MS-13 gang members. But here's the point. You're taking $20 million. If I'm looking at someone, my vice chair, the RNC, taking $20 million for another effort, it's $20 million out of the DNC's pocket. You can't be on the board of the Fishing and Forest Company and on Greenpeace at the same time. There are places for groups to hold the party accountable. I think it's right.
Yeah, let me push back against that. Okay. This was not an MS-13 gang member, and you damn well know that.
Oh, come on.
He was not.
Okay,
and
so keep defending this guy.
The administration admitted this was wrong. In America, we have due process, and we are a land of law and order.
Blah, 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 blah. Okay, you know this, right? Do I have to pull up the thing again to prove that Abrego Garcia was adjudicated as an MS-13 gang member? Like judges said he was. Arrested with them, wearing the gang clothes, with the gang tattoos, identified by rank and name. Come on, man. This is the point. David Hogg is so inept and over his head, it is just burning down the Democratic Party in oh so glorious ways. They say the news was first reported by Politico and Axios, confirmed by Hogg in an X post on Friday, where he asserted he wasn't playing nice by handing the six-figure donation to the DCCC. This is not me playing nice. It is demonstrating my commitment to winning back the House and making Hakeem Jeffries the Speaker, which is an absolute imperative. But we need a better Democratic Party and need to get rid of the Democrats in safe seats who do not understand what is at stake right now, who are asleep at the wheel, not meeting the moment, and are a liability now and to the future of our party. This is incredible work, David. I could not have done better if I was trying to destroy the Democratic Party. Charlie Kirk said something similar. He said during the TPUSA Timcast IRL on Stage event that we got to go after the safe Republicans that are rhinos. There are senators that never lose, and they are not working with this administration. They got to go. He ain't wrong. The only thing, David Hogg does not represent the popular movement. He represents the fringe. The popular movement in this country is pro-Trump. That's why he won the popular vote and a popular mandate. So the appropriate thing Democrats should be doing is moderating, trying to actually get rid of the wokeness and moving away from, defending MS-13 gang members. Well, unfortunately, David Hogg is trapped in the internet where his brain is fried, and now Dick Durbin's, he's out. Post Millennial reports. Senate Minority Whip Dick Durbin announced on Wednesday that he will not be seeking re-election at the end of his term, saying that it's time to pass the torch. The decision of whether to run for re-election has not been easy. I truly love the job of being a U.S. Senator. But in my heart, I know it's time to pass the torch. So I'm announcing today that I will not be seeking re-election at the end of my term. He was next up in 2026. Now, look, Illinois is going to go Democrat. I don't know what they're not losing anything on this regard. But this was the point Hogg made. Targeting safe seats, ruining the legacy of individuals. I got to tell you, I think David Hogg got this guy out. David Hogg said, if you're in a safe seat, we're going to primary you. And Durbin's probably thinking, I'm not going to win a primary. Old white man in Illinois. You need Chicago. And he is going to go woke as a joke and you're out. You will not be able to compete against that youthful woke energy. But here's the reality. The youthful woke energy doesn't play nationally. So it's it. Wow. I don't think that Democrat will lose Illinois, to be honest. He says, the people of Illinois have honored me with this responsibility longer than anyone elected to the Senate in our state's history. And I am truly grateful. Right now, the challenges facing our country are historic and unprecedented. The threats to our democracy and way of life are real. And I can assure you that I will do everything in my power to fight for Illinois and the future of our country every day of my remaining time in the Senate. To the Illinoisans who gave the kid from East St. Louis a chance to serve, thank you for supporting me through words and actions over the years. Now that I have this announcement behind me, I need to get back to work. Durbin was first elected to the Senate in 1996. He's been reelected in 02, 08, 14. He's been reelected every time. Okay, we get it. I don't know why the Post-Millennial had to put every year that he was elected. So what's going to happen now? David Hogg is going to prop up some woke senator. If you're a moderate Democrat from Illinois and you're trying to rescue your party from insanity, got bad news. David Hogg as DNC vice chair and the rest of his woke cohort are going to be like, nah, we want woke. And then you'll win in Illinois. And then you will cause chaos in the Senate. The Hogg versus Carville civil war captures the sorry state of the Democratic Party. If this were a boxing match, the tale of the tape would read, in the red corner, James Carville, former senior advisor to President Bill Clinton, LSU graduate, former Marine. Born 1944, nickname the Ragin' Cajun. In the white corner, David Hogg, current Democratic National Committee Vice Chairman, Harvard graduate, social media. Oh, they want to lock me out of this one? Born 2000. On paper, such a rhetorical boxing match should be a mismatch with Carville's experience and success, albeit from some time ago, winning the day. But Hogg has recently been arguably the most outspoken member of his party, although outspoken doesn't necessarily mean productive or smart. Blah, blah, blah. We're not going to dive into that. I will put it this way. David Hogg is a narcissistic sociopath who can't Google. He's only risen to this position because he's demanded it, and I do respect that. Maybe Jordan Peterson should point out the dark tetrad functions of the Democratic Party, which they seem to have in spades. David Hogg is the kid who, as I understand it, was reported after the Parkland mass shooting, which he did not experience. Granted, it happened in his school. I can respect that, but he was somewhere else. He wasn't near the shooting. He went home. Upon hearing they were doing interviews, he rushes back to the scene to start doing interviews and then asserts himself into this gaggle of survivors. Gaggle's not meant to be derogatory, I don't know, but just like this group. There was another conservative who actually was also an attendee there, and Kyle Kashuv, and they canceled him. They went after him hard. David Hogg inserted himself into the story. Bravo. He had the balls to do it. He's done it again and again and again. So I will say, maybe he is smarmy enough and sociopathic enough to actually win power in the Democratic Party. But that's not going to fly nationally. The people elected Donald Trump. They want mass deportation. Abrego Garcia's MS-13, and he's just trying to say whatever he has to win the majority of power in the Democratic Party, which is dominated by lunatics. So you're not going to win. But I'm here for it. You know, $20 million to sink some of the more popular Democrats, the more moderate and older ones. Sure, I guess. Now, I largely think the Democratic Party has gone insane, as do, I would imagine, most people considering Donald Trump won the popular vote. They represent child sex changes, MS-13, illegal immigration in general. They're fighting for narco gangs. Senator Chris Van Hollen was called out by the mother the mother of a young woman murdered by an illegal immigrant because instead of visiting with her, he flew to El Salvador to rescue an MS-13 gang member. Democrats. You know, part of me says, you guys need to get the head out your butts and start moderating because we need the political competition. Trump just doing whatever he wants all the time is not preferable. Now, let me clarify that. Largely, I do enjoy what Trump is doing. What I'm saying is we need real political competition. Right now, the issue should be that if Trump does something, there should be a legitimate, fact-based response from a sane political party. That is not what Democrats are doing. Trump deports Kilmar Abrego Garcia. The Democrats would be saying, okay, we have no problem with that. A real sane party would be arguing, Why are we not doing more? Why don't we got to deport more illegal immigrants? A sane, rational Democratic Party would be making arguments about policies they want to see Trump enact that he's not enacting, not attacking him no matter what he does all the time. So I would argue that right now, one issue is the Epstein documents. The Democratic Party, if they want to be competitive, would be coming out and saying, why aren't these documents being released, and calling on Pam Bondi to do it? Saying, we get you're trying, but you're not doing enough. Then when they run, they say, we will give the American people what they've been asking for: deportations, criminal justice, no foreign wars. The things that are largely popular. Instead, they go, we're going to do the exact opposite of whatever it is that Trump is doing, even if you want him to do it. Well, all right. David Hogg, good job. Civil war indeed. I'll wrap it up there. Smash the like button, share the show with everyone you know. Stay tuned. We got more segments coming up for you, and we will see you all in a little bit.